There's nothing quite like witnessing a superhero undergo their magnificent transformation, but in the MCU there are tons of metamorphoses to enjoy. Here are the top 10 Marvel movie transformations. Before we get further, be sure to subscribe to our channel, ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Alright, let's get to it. At number 10, Electro. Max Dillon's transformation into Electro is a tragic one. In his workplace, he was bullied and treated like a pushover. He went to mend some loose wires and was immediately struck by lightning from the cables because the authorities were unconcerned about ensuring a safe working environment. Worse, while being electrocuted by live wires, he collided with a pod of enormous eels that bite and provide a massive electric shock. He emerged as a superhuman with the power to provide electricity after the catastrophe, and he ultimately chose to become evil. At number 9, Deadpool. Wade Wilson was diagnosed with terminal cancer before he entered the world of red spandex suits. Later, he met a group of recruiters who promised to cure his cancer with a simple procedure that required Mr. Poole to be shoved into a pond with hardly enough oxygen to breathe for 48 hours. He made it out of the chamber alive and obtained tremendous healing abilities, causing the cancer to vanish at the cost of being entirely unrecognizable. He became Deadpool at long last, a person who can recover from broken legs and hands after surviving bomb explosions. To put it another way, he can't be killed. At number 8, Green Goblin. To begin, we have Norman Osborn's metamorphosis into the Green Goblin in Spider-Man. Norman and a colleague in the Oscorp Tower were rushing to make the new performance boosters ready, and he tested the product on himself. Very much like every other mad scientist who ends up being a villain in a superhero film. With metal armor strapped around his torso, he stepped into a tight chamber. He ripped off his metal armor after injecting the booster serum, grabbed the doctor, and threw him out of the chamber. At number 7, Captain America. Steve Rogers underwent a complete transformation in Captain America. He was thrown into a part after volunteering to be a test subject for Stark's latest pet project, after which Howard Stark performed his magic in front of important government officials and his crush Peggy Carter. Everyone was taken aback when they saw a little frail Steve Rogers transform into a man worthy of the moniker of Captain America. At number 6, Doctor Doom. Victor Von Doom's transition to become Doctor Doom, one of the most recognizable villains from Marvel Comics. Doom was being built up to be the Fantastic Four's big enemy after being the protagonist, Richard Reed's rival, from the beginning. The entire party was exposed to a cosmic dust cloud after the two decided to work together, after Doom agreed to find a space mission to learn more about the Big Bang. Doom was transformed into a metal humanoid. Doom's situation deteriorated when his corporation went bankrupt, prompting him to take on the Fantastic Four. However, he was left in a frozen state at the end. At number 5, Spider-Man. Nothing will ever be iconic as Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man trilogy. A group of school children, including Parker, visited a genetic lab in Spider-Man. While Peter was being bullied in the rear, his friend Harry Osborn was having a romantic relationship with his crush Mary Jane, which made Parker envious. Instead of engaging in a conversation when he had the opportunity, he requested her to take her picture. However, a radioactive spider bit Parker's finger during photography, giving him extraordinary spidey sense and allowing him to crawl around the buildings, transforming him into Spider-Man. At number 4, the Winter Soldier. After falling from a great height, Bucky Barnes returns as the Winter Soldier. Bucky was rescued by the scary Arnim Zola, who did not save out of goodwill. Bucky became a mindless assassin under Hydra's control, carrying out all of Hydra's dirty work, including the killing of Tony Stark's parents. Bucky's memory was repeatedly erased after learning that S.H.I.E.L.D. head Alexander Pierce is a hidden Hydra agent. With the help of Hydra's terrifying tech and metal arms provided to their soldiers, Bucky developed into a ruthless assassin. At number 3, Wolverine. Another fab transformation in the MCU is James Wolverine in the X-Men Origins. Following his participation in the Weapon X program, Jackman's character is packed into a glass pod where he's got a battle claustrophobia, a pool of ice-cold water, and a dozen beaming syringes aimed directly at him. His heart rate's dangerously high, at 300 beats a minute. Everyone assumed the volunteer had died. However, the protagonist regains consciousness while thinking about his deceased girlfriend, and we can witness his transformation into Wolverine for the first time. At number 2, Hulk. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Incredible Hulk has always been a fan favorite metamorphosis. In the Hulk movie from 2003, Bruce Banner and Betty Rose work for a private corporation undertaking gamma radiation research. While attempting to save a coworker, the protagonist becomes exposed to radiation. At the time, the aesthetics were not particularly impressive. It was spine-tingling to see green beams of energy enter Bruce. One thing was sure, seeing Bruce turn into the Incredible Hulk was a joy. And at number 1, Iron Man. Iron Man's transition into Iron Man is maybe the most amazing transformation in the MCU. After being kidnapped, he chose to become daring by helping his fellow captive Ho Yinsen create the Jericho missile for the soldiers to use. The billionaire decides to construct his most outlandish weapon yet. Mark I was the name he gave it. While soldiers thought he was building a missile, he built a life-size machine that he eventually entered and used as a weapon. This scene is still legendary when he became Iron Man for the first time. Well guys, that's it for this one. What'd you think about it? Let us know in the comments below. If you're new to our channel, be sure to subscribe to it and ring that notification bell to get notified about our latest vids. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.